Learning demo number 2. Comparing and describing planetology between planets. The planets are Mercury, Venus, and Mars. All of the planets are different. Some are closer to the sun or further away. Some are denser. There are tons of differences between all of the planets. And look, they have different sizes and distant, they're far apart. And then they have tons of differences as shown on these slides. Physical cycles affect on the surface of other planets. Weather is different. The weather is different than what we experience on Earth. They have acid rain. They have horrible dust devils and everything like that. Erosion on other planets is when materials are broken down and moved by natural forces. The rock cycles are the same, and since there's another slide that has this, I'm going to keep that. I'm not going to explain it right now. Chemical properties of the atmosphere. Some planets have an atmosphere fully of gas, and some mostly hydrogen and helium, and some atmospheres just have a lot of carbon dioxide. Planets' interiors. All planets have interiors. Usually comprised of a crust, mantle, and some sort of core, as shown again. Alright, physical properties of the sun. Very bright, extremely hot. External process from other planets. They have been affected by other solar system things, which have caused the planets to have different levels of gravity, and the sun affects the planets by having them rotate around the others on orbit, having them orbit the sun. This is a thing, magnetic field, bada boom. How telescopes work. Telescopes make objects far away appear larger than they do by gathering more light from the faraway objects and make it very clear and magnify the image. Like this. It'll absorb all the light, and since light is what we see is made up of light, it just makes it closer. And you can see it better. The different spacecraft missions people have used to learn about the solar system. People have used giant telescopes, radio telescopes, Hubble Space Telescope, observatories, spacecrafts, rovers, and satellites. There's so many more. This is just the main. Describing Earth as a global system. Geosphere. The process of objects on Earth's crust being shaped. Atmosphere layers. And the layers. The atmosphere of the Earth is a mixture of gas surrounding the planet. The atmosphere contains layers that all do separate things. The troposphere, which is the lowest layer which we live on, is where weather happens. The stratosphere contains the ozone, which takes in harmful UV radiation away. Mesosphere protects us from meteors. The thermosphere, where the northern lights occur. And then the exosphere gradually fades into space. The hydrosphere is the amount of water on Earth, the biosphere, all life on Earth, and the cryosphere is all of the frozen things on Earth. Boom. Describe the physical cycles that affect surface properties of planet. The weather, I talk about later, so I didn't write that down. Erosion on Earth. Erosion is a geological process where materials move around. The rock cycle. Rocks have multiple ways of forming. Some are just things fused together with extreme pressure. Some are just layers of rocks with a ton of pressure fused together. And the last type of rock are formed from volcanic explosions, like the magma when it flows down and hardens. We move on. Igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary. Describe the physical properties of Earth's interior. The Earth is made up of layers. The crust, made of rocks and dirt, where we stand on. The mantle, the thickest layer of the Earth. The outer core is liquid, and it's liquid metal. The inner core is completely solid layer of iron and nickel. There's a little diagram for you. Describe how planet Earth is influenced by external processes. Earth is very much influenced by the external process. The moon helps the tides, the sun influences the seasons, also because of outside forces the northern lights appear. Define weather, climate, and describe the difference between weather and climate. Weather is the state of the atmospheric at place and time that relates to rain, sun shining, wind, etc. Climate is the average weather conditions of a place over a long period of time. The difference between climate and weather is weather talks about the current state, while climate relates to the long-term weather. The current state and climate relates to long-term weather patterns. Explain the weather and climate process on Earth. The weather and climate process on Earth depends on the location, driven by the sun's energy, while weather being a short-term situation and the climate being long-term conditions. However, it is all factors of temperature, precipitation, etc. Boom. That's a little diagram of how the weather works. The end. I hope you enjoyed this.